Hello friends, today I'll be talking to you about when complex issues require simple solution. Seriously, I've taken time to look at how complicated the world we live in has become. Looking at the complexness of our world, looking at the dynamics of how humans would often look for something so difficult, something so out of the world to provide solutions to some of the things they go through. And personally, I found that many of these complex things, many of these hard things require really, really simple solution. Here's the story of a very dear man that I love so much. This man had his death sentence at the age of 65. After visiting the hospital, seeing the doctors, and they gave him all kinds of terrible diagnoses. And he was just advised to just maybe go and put his life together and that he might be passing away at any time. And it looked like, so you mean the doctors can't help me? And then he went home and he began to think, okay, what do I do? How do I navigate this very, very difficult, unfamiliar terrain of health issues? And then he tells himself, okay, maybe I should have a change in lifestyle. And then he started. He changed his food, changed his general lifestyle, the drinks, and everything about his life. And then somehow it was just waiting for death to come, and death refused to come. And then 70, and then 75, and then 80, and then 85, and then 90, and then 95. And while he was about 97 years old, the children became a bit worried and like, oh, Dad, we know you love your bedroom upstairs. Why can't you just come downstairs? You're kind of an old man right now. We just don't like the idea of you going upstairs and coming downstairs every day. And he was like, oh, no, I think I'm cool. And then after the unending persuasions from his beloved children, he thought, okay, let me just agree. And then he came downstairs. Not long after, at the age of 97, he finally passed away. Come on, that's a lot, right? Living 97 in the world that we live today is a lot. But that was what he achieved. Without surgeries, without some out of this world medications, without, all of those things you observe because you just want to stay alive. In other words, he passed through a really, really simple road, something quite simple, but we all may not see it as simple, but I personally see it as finding a simple solution to very, very complex, complicated, difficult, scary, horror situation in our lives. And you see, I found that this solution that I've just mentioned to you can be applicable in various aspects of the human life, many aspects of our existence. But very quickly, I need you to know that I might not be able to tell you everything that I have in this video, but I'm going to give you to a certain point, and then you watch out for another part of this discourse on when complex issues require simple solution. Here's the thing, this can also be applicable to our food, the kind of food we consume as humans. For me, when I feel unwell, the first thing I do is to quickly check my lifestyle. I don't run to the hospitals immediately, and I don't start swallowing everything I find. You have headache, Panadol, your stomach is paining you, you feel this way. No, I don't do that. In fact, they know me. People around me know that, oh, Ruth doesn't consume drugs like that. No. And I think you should also do that. We don't have to swallow everything immediately we feel unwell. One of the first things I would suggest that we do is check yourself. How do you feel when you take some certain foods? There are some certain, and again, remember, anything you take that passes through your mouth, as soon as you digest it, you ingest it, as soon as it gets inside of you, it has an impact in the two opposite extremes, either positive or negative impact. So it's not there, there's no neutrality, it's not staying in between. Oh, I ate this, so it's not doing anything. No, it will do something in your body. So you check yourself in the last 12 hours, the last 24 hours after you consume some things. Look, as soon as you find an unwelcome impact, the feedback is not good, please stop, don't take it. These are the simple ways through which we can live healthy when we watch what we eat, what we drink, what we say. And again, do you know this can also be applicable to relationship? In relationships, you need to really be careful. You see, there are some kind of friends that when you have a chat with them, you have a call with them, or you sit with them, or you go out with them, number one thing you feel is you feel depleted, you feel worthless, you feel not enough, you feel not good. I mean, you feel like practicing some things that you know you shouldn't practice. There are some other people that when you're around them, you just feel like cursing. You're like, oh, this guy this woman or whoever the person is, get you so infuriated that all you want to do is to curse. And you see, redeemed people don't curse. People who want to make the world a better place don't curse. They don't fall into this maze of hatred and all of that. So what do you think you do with people like that? Stay away, because it's very simple. Stay away. I remember some time ago, I had a chat with someone and immediately I couldn't continue my work. I just found I needed to sleep. And when I woke up the following day, because I was working through the night, when I woke up the following day, I had to take an inventory of what happened. Why did you sleep? Why didn't you continue with your work? And you know what I got? Negative energy. That chat brought in negative energy. So what do you think I do with people like that? You stay away. So I'm just encouraging you, dear friends. I might not be able to finish it up right now, but if there are friends, people that once you have a chat with them, you have a call, a discourse, or you sit with them, you feel like doing more with yourself. You feel enlivened. The essence of your life begins to bloom. You feel like doing more. You just want to be a better person. You feel you want to do things that would add value to this world, that would add value to the human existence. What do you think you do with people like that? Come on, always anticipating, discussing with them, being with them, visiting them, having a time with them. But if there be anything that takes away from you, that takes good thing from you, come on, stay away. So I'm going to come your way again, discussing these very, very pertinent issues with you. How or when complex situations, hard situations, difficult things in our lives require really, really simple solutions. Thank you very much. And I love you. Always remember that. Bye.